keeping the heartbeat of the city healthy with health tips and benefits from real doctors in the area. This is Health Help.
Welcome to Health Help. I'm Jim Perkins with Wellmont Diabetes Treatment Centers, and today we're going to talk about the signs and symptoms of diabetes. As we know and as we've discussed, diabetes is an epidemic in this country, and diabetes itself, while it doesn't kill you, long-term complications do. So the signs and symptoms of early detection of diabetes will go a long way to help with those long-term complications. So let's talk about them. Most of the time we're seeing diabetes develop over the years, type 2 diabetes, as someone ages. Not so much anymore. It's younger folks. We're seeing adolescents. We're seeing 30 years old. We've talked about how diabetes is costing us billions of dollars a year, and a good part of that is because so many people that are smack dab in the middle of the workforce are getting type 2 diabetes, the 30 to 39 to 45-year-olds. So early detection is critical. Signs and symptoms: fatigue, weight loss, urination, having to get up and go to the bathroom all the time. You're tired all the time and there's just no reason for it. Now, a lot of times you might think, okay, those symptoms are, as you get older, a lot of times you have to go to the bathroom more. Increased activity, you might be more fatigued. Keep in mind that you're not isolating one symptom versus another. You are isolating as a group of symptoms and things that are just not normal to you. Blurred vision, well, you might say as we get older we're losing our eyesight. That's true, but blurred vision, especially if you're young, you're in your 20s and 30s, that might be something to be concerned about. You're constantly thirsty. You have increased infections. You have very slow healing wounds. All those things together are signs and symptoms of type 2 diabetes. You're at risk for type 2 diabetes, hereditary. If your mother has it, if your father has it, if you have a sibling that has it, you're at great risk. If you're a female and you have had gestational diabetes, you're at greater risk to develop type 2 diabetes. Your blood pressure is high, 140/90 or above. That's a sign and symptom of diabetes. If you are African American, if you are Hispanic, you run the greater risk of developing type 2 diabetes. If you are inactive, you run a greater risk of developing type 2 diabetes. So all these things are risk of diabetes. Keep this in mind. 1 in every 3 babies born today will develop type 2 diabetes. If you are African American, if you are Hispanic, you run the risk of developing diabetes 1 in every 2 births today. Those are some of the signs and symptoms of type 2 diabetes. I'm Jim Perkins, and we're talking diabetes.